Hey there, Wastelanders, and welcome back to War Games News Radio. My name's Ryan, and in this video, we're going to be going over all of the new units, items, and abilities in the new Fallout TV show, Hollywood Heroes Miniatures box set. Fallout TV show has been out for a couple of weeks now, and with it comes a brand new box set of Fallout Wasteland Warfare miniatures by Modiphius Entertainment, featuring the four main characters of the show: Lucy, Maximus, the Ghoul, and CX-404. Now, we're still waiting for these miniatures to ship from pre-order, and there was a bit of a delay from their original release date, but have no fear, we have the breakdown of what these units can do on the tabletop for both your Survivors and Brotherhood of Steel forces. And there are also rules in here for using these miniatures with Fallout Factions, which is the upcoming PvP-focused Fallout tabletop game, also by Modiphius, but more on that in a minute. So let's take a look at these units in the Hollywood Heroes box set and go over all of their strengths and weaknesses. Right now, they're only available in the Vault-Tec profile layouts, which include all of their new items and abilities, as well as their total caps cost, which helps you get set up and playing a bit more quickly. Modiphius Wasteland Warfare head honcho Ben over on the Discord server says that the company isn't planning on releasing the individual unit and item cards, at least for now, but hopefully we'll get these individual points for the units and items split up in the next caps cost update. And for those fans of the original unit and item cards, Paladin Dan over on the German Wasteland Warfare group cooked up some fan-made versions of these cards. Links to both those and the Modiphius downloads page in the description. First up is everyone's favorite new Vault Dweller, where everything comes up okey dokey. That's Lucy. Vault Dwellers are quintessential to the Fallout experience, and Lucy is statted out very similar to some of her other Vault Dwelling counterparts in Wasteland Warfare. In fact, her stats are nearly identical to the Sole Survivor Day 1 card, which happens to be one of my favorite go-to units in the entire game, and also makes sense because she is a fresh-faced Vault Dweller. Lucy uses melee weapons and big guns on a strength of 4, but pistols and rifles are likely going to be your combat focus with Lucy because of that perception of 5. She is pretty darn squishy with an endurance of just 4, so not a lot of hit points, a charisma score of 5 with a blue presence range. Where she really shines are her objective running skills, hacking and searching on her intelligence of 5, and lockpicking on an agility of 6. Where Lucy differs from her Day 1 counterpart is her luck score of 5, which is actually 1 point better than the Day 1 Sole Survivor, but she has 2 fewer hit points overall because her health is based on endurance as opposed to agility. Luckily, she does come with a couple ways to offset this. First off, because she's part of the Survivors faction and a unique character, she will receive the faction bonus of getting a +1 strong armor token at the beginning of any battle. And she also comes with her Vault 33 jumpsuit, which at first glance may seem like the same old item we've had in the game since it launched back in 2018, but this jumpsuit is in fact different from the Vault 111 suit, as it grants 1 physical and 1 energy resistance as opposed to 1 energy and 1 radiation armor. Trading that 1 point of radiation resistance for physical armor is huge, as most of the attacks you're going to get in the game are going to be physical damage. So while it's not great armor, it's a start, and hey, when you're first heading out into the wasteland, take whatever you can get. She also comes with her signature tranquilizer pistol for weaponry, which doesn't pack a ton of punch, but is a bit of a utility item. With only 1 base damage at blue range with an extra blue and green die, it really does not pack a punch. If you find a way to access criticals on this weapon, then damage can get kicked up to 2 and an additional black die on a critical hit. But where this gun is really interesting is in its special ability, in that it just adds an action point to your unit, which seems to be missing an effect icon to trigger this effect. As of right now, just by having this weapon equipped, it seems to give you an action point at the start of your activation, which, hey, is not bad. But I have a feeling this might be an error that will get fixed. But until we hear otherwise, this thing is just a free action point generating machine. She has a standard move and charge speed of yellow and red, and has access to the prepare and move quick actions, as well as her okey dokey special rule, which lets her add a +2 bonus to her next roll after failing a skill test, which is a very handy little buff. Combined with her decent agility and intelligence scores, Lucy makes for the best objective-focused unit in this entire box. But she is a bit expensive for the stats at a whopping 107 caps with equipment. By comparison, the Sole Survivor Day 1 is just 68 caps, the Vault 111 suit is just 9 caps more, and then the 10mm pistol, which does more damage than the Tranquilizer gun, is just 6, so again, significantly cheaper. But caps cost is a bit wonky to begin with when accounting for unit special abilities, so all in all, I'd say Lucy is a super fun unit, but a bit on the squishy side, so be wary of throwing her headfirst into the action. Moving on, we have Maximus, the only unit in this box set that isn't from the Survivors faction. This power-armored soldier is naturally from the Brotherhood of Steel faction, which actually got an updated army rule back in the Capital Wasteland wave. You can check out my review of that popping up here for more info. Maximus is the most expensive unit in this box at 159 caps, but that hefty cost does include a set of T60 power armor and technically 2 new weapons, the heavy assault rifle and the power armored fist. For special stats, Max is surprisingly one of the most balanced units in the game, with 5s in almost every category except for intelligence and luck. But his strength gets boosted up to an 8 because of his power armor, which also has 4 hit points all of its own, giving him a total health of 9. I'd rate him as the second best objective runner unit in this box, just behind Lucy, hacking and searching on 4s and lockpicking on 5s. The T60 gives him 3+1 physical and energy armor and 4+1 radiation resistance before becoming degraded, which then drops to 3 physical, 3 energy, and 4 radiation on its damage side. That additional strength makes him an excellent melee choice, hitting on 8s, and because he has a strength of 7 or higher when fighting in melee. And this pairs well with this power-armored fist weapon, which I guess is the power-armored version of the improvised weapon. With the additional black die from the strength bonus, he basically has a standard power fist weapon card right out of the box. It might only deal 1 base damage, but on a lucky spike, you could deal 5. So he is a much better bruiser than a big gunner, as he doesn't get to add the power armor strength bonus when using big guns because of his read the manual special rule. If you've seen the TV show, then you know what this line is from, and it's a pretty good one. But basically, it means he's just as good with pistols and rifles as he is with heavy weapons, hitting on 5s all around. And speaking of big guns, his heavy assault rifle is a bit of a beast and also a new weapon. It feels a little bit closer to like the light machine gun than it does to the basic assault rifle, but it has the potential to pack a bit of a punch. It deals 2 base damage with 2 yellow armor break dice and 1 black damage die at close range, dropping down to 1 of each at long range. It also has double black range and adds a quick action if you roll a bottle, which you can use to either prepare, move, or make any type of quick attack. Maximus also has the Guardian special rule, letting him gain a free quick action whenever a friendly unit takes damage within his blue presence range. Overall, there's a lot of potential to generate action points and deal a lot of damage with Maximus, so I could see him getting added to quite a few Brotherhood lists down the road. Next up, no entry into the Fallout franchise is complete without a doggo, and the TV show is no different with the introduction of CX-404. Her stats are a bit of a mix between everyone's favorite cyber dog Rex and Dogmeat, the goodest boy in the wasteland himself. She attacks with her dog bite on an agility of 6, which can trigger a bunch of special effects like stripping away a prepare action, crippling an enemy's arm, or even give her a free action point that she can use to either prepare, move, or attack as a quick action. She has 6 hit points like most pooches in the game, and 2 physical and 2 energy armor, but has no natural radiation resistance. As for special rules, she's got the dog meat special of not needing to be in line of sight when making a charge, and her quick snack ability lets her remove 2 hit points of damage after taking an enemy model out of play. Dogs tend to get taken out fast as they're heat-seeking meat missiles with not a lot of hit points, so I like this rule, as anything that can help you keep your pooches up and fighting a bit longer is a-okay by me. And last but not least is my favorite character, not just from this box set, but also from the show, the Ghoul. At first glance, there is a lot going on with this unit card, but he's actually a pretty straightforward gunslinger. The Ghoul comes with 3 pieces of equipment: his pistol, his rifle, and his outfit, which gives him a +1 to perception and base armor values of 2 physical and 3 energy resistance. He has 6 base hit points, and because he's a ghoul, he's immune to all radiation and can even heal damage when taking rads. Stat-wise, he is a better than decent shot with both pistols and rifles due to that buffed perception of 7, 7, with even better chances to hit thanks to green accuracy die on both his pistol and rifle, at least at close range. His melee and big gun skills do drop a bit down to 5, so he's not terrible in a dust-up, but nowhere near as punchy as Maximus. And while long-range attacks are definitely his specialty, he gets a thumbs up from me for searching and lockpicking on 5s, but his objective skills do take a bit of a hit when it comes to hacking with an intelligence of just 3. He has access to the prepare, move, and attack quick actions, and because of his gun surgeon rule, he doesn't suffer the -2 penalty for quick action shooting attacks, which is huge. Looking at the Ghoul's signature loadout, his pistol packs a punch with 2 base damage and a green, black, and yellow die, all within black range. And his rifle is no slouch either, with 2 base damage, 2 black and 1 green die at close range, and 2 black dice at long range. Both weapons bump up their base damage to a 3 if you can get access to crits, and gain a free action point when rolling a Nuka-Cola bottle. And these guns get even more wacky with his bullet for every occasion rule, which lets you add an extra black, blue, or yellow die to any shoot action once per turn. The extra black die is probably the smart bet here, just to try to maximize damage per shot, but I would be tempted to throw the blue die in there to fish for action points to trigger his gun surgeon ability. Basically, you're getting an extra attack at no penalty per turn. And then there's the Bloody Mess rule, which has the chance of dealing -2 tokens to hostiles within yellow range and line of sight if the Ghoul kills an enemy. It's pretty situational, but it could come in handy if the fates and the dice align. And lastly, the Ghoul also has a longer than average charge range of green, which could come in handy for closing the distance with your opponent and dealing some serious damage with those wild guns. Well, there you have it, Wastelanders. 4 new units coming to a Fallout tabletop near you. I am super excited for these. I ordered a couple boxes the second they went on pre-order, so fingers crossed we get an update soon. As mentioned, this box set also includes rules for using these minis with Fallout factions, but that game from Modiphius is also currently on pre-order, and we're still waiting for them to get shipped out. I believe the current update is in June, so fingers crossed. And we'll also have a breakdown of how you can use these Hollywood Heroes minis in factions once the game hits the shelves. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss our next video. And if you really like what we do here at WGNR, then follow the links in the description to our Patreon, or click the little join button right here on YouTube, where you can help us make more videos more often for you to enjoy. And for just $3 Canadian, you get all kinds of kickbacks, like early access to videos, polls that help us decide the direction of content here on the channel, or you could even end up as a named character in a future battle report or video. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned, because as always, WGNR will be back.